Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
What's up? Welcome into your Buckeye Rush Hour. Uh-oh. Hold up. Welcome to your Buckeye Rush Hour. Sorry about the double Tyvis there. I'll have to fix that later. Still getting adjusted to the new stuff, new platform and everything. So hope you guys are having a good Friday. Welcome into week one of college football officially. I guess it kind of started last night, but for the Buckeyes, it starts tomorrow. So please come in, join the chat. I've got a broad question, kind of a broad topic today. Not about broads, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so my question for the chat is, what is your favorite Ohio State moment or tradition? Something like that. Something that makes you feel kind of nostalgic, kind of gets you right in the cockles of your heart, gets you going. What is it? Is it the band? Is it Hang On Sloopy? Is it a specific play or a game from the past? But anyways, drop it in the chat. What makes you what do you love about Ohio State football? It can be anything you want. If you want to go talk about specific players, that's great. Coaches, even better. But drop it in the chat. We will get to those at some point here as I kind of give you I'll try not to get too misty and choked up, but not unemotional, let's say. But I'll give you what Ohio State football means to me. I'm sure that I know we have a wide range of age differences here. I know we've got some 20-year-old listeners and we've got some 80-year-old listeners. Props to you, 80-year-olds. Shout out. Anyways, so I'm 52, all right, born in 1972. And as a 52-year-old guy, I have a ton of experiences, emotions, and thoughts about Ohio State football. There are some things that make me, you think back fondly about like national championships and stuff like that. Then you also have the flip side. You got the embarrassment of Woody Hayes, punching a player in the middle of a game, a bowl game, and being fired for it. I mean, that's pretty freaking embarrassing. I don't know if it gets much worse. Maybe if somebody on your coaching staff starts a national sign stealing scandal, that might be worse. I don't know. Who's to say? Anyway, so I think you can have kind of the life of a Buckeye fan, and you can think back to those fond moments and the embarrassing moments, but also kind of keep an eye on a critical eye on the present and the future of the program. It's kind of like a all-encompassing being a fan. You're like all everything. What's it like being a Buckeye fan? So for me, I'm going to double check and see if anybody's jumping in here. Okay, we got a bunch of people popping in the chat. Love it. So like tradition, obviously that's a big key. That's why we all love college football, I think, is the tradition, the deep connection with the rivalry game, right, against the cheaters. Script Ohio, dotting the I. These things bring back memories from childhood, and you keep making new ones. Every time, like Archie Griffin's going to dot the I on Saturday of the Akron game. That's going to be another memory, that we think of. Jack Nicklaus dotting the I, Earl Bruce, things like that. So Script Ohio, the band, Ohio Stadium is one of the few places where people are in their seats 30 minutes before kickoff because they want to see the freaking band, right? That's rare. So anyways, then you got memorable games, moments, of games. vivid memories in those iconic games, '02, 14, not just the national championship games and winning the trophies, but what it took to get there, Holy Buckeye in 2002. Stuff like that, and there's a million plays. I mean, we could go on and on for hours, but you got the victories and the heartbreakers. They're all in my brain, locked in there. So you got two national championship losses, in my lifetime in '06 and '08. You talk about coaches, the coaching eras. You got Woody Hayes was when he was the coach when I was born. I loved his no nonsense military style. I didn't get to really digest it and understand it when I was a kid, but I picked it up by going back and rewatching videos and everything. So, and interviews and all that. So, kind of a military style guy. Obviously, though, he went over the line and got fired. So you got, he was super successful for like 30 years, but it ended by him getting fired, as most of the Ohio State coaches, most college football coaches, honestly, that's how it ends. It's rare that a guy gets to retire, as an Ohio State Buckeye coach. Earl Bruce, took over. You never want to be the man to follow the man, but Earl did pretty well. John Cooper took the recruiting for Ohio State national. Like, he started that. I'm not going to forget about his record against the cheaters. Loaded teams, some of the most talented teams we've ever seen. I mean, this season, this 2024 team is drawing comparisons to like 96, 98, those teams, right? But Cooper, took that recruiting national. That was huge. We were just recruiting, the Midwest and Ohio mostly, because Ohio high school football was, at the peak of its powers back in the 70s, 80s, But then you got Jim Tressel coming in after Cooper, picking up the baton. Another mixture of emotions there and memories. He brought stability, discipline to the program. The senator, he was very, stoic. You could never ruffle his feathers. Brought consistent success, I think you could say. The '02 national championship, then 2 losses in national championships in '06 and '08, though. So kind of ups and downs, and then, is forced to resign or fired, as we call it, for not reporting, and not forwarding an email to the NCAA or to his boss. Urban Meyer, same thing here. Mixture of feelings. Controversy plagued him at Florida. Yeah, he won national championships, but how many players were arrested during his time, right? I mean, forget about the Aaron Hernandez crap. That came out later, but Herb I always thought he was full of shit. I hated him with a passion when he was at Florida. He convinced recruits to come to Florida because God wanted them to. That's what he told people, like the Pounceys, like Tim Tebow. I hated that. So it took me more than a year to really accept Herb as the head coach at Ohio State. I loved his tough, aggressive style, kind of a throwback to Woody and Earl. He bounced the program back to one of the best in the country and made it what it is today, really. But was suspended in 2018, then resigned at the end of that season because of the garbage president, Michael Drake, and lack of support by the boosters and the you know what I'm saying, people that make the decisions, board of trustees. Thank you. I just finally got it. But we do owe him a big thank you, a huge thank you for bringing in Ryan Day. That's for sure. And then Ryan Day, he's continued Urban's success. Herb built the foundation, and it's a long-term build. It's not an overnight sensation kind of thing like you see a lot of programs nowadays. But Ryan Day was learning on the job. He was never a head coach of anything before. He learned lessons on putting a staff together, especially on defense. Can he maintain or even exceed the Urban Meyer standard? I don't know. We'll see. Still early, he's only 6 years in. He never had one of those big upsets to a Big Ten team during the season, though, like Herb did to Iowa or a Purdue. But so that's coaches. We talk about players all day long. I do need to throw this up on screen for you guys because Archie got his statue today unveiled. There you go. Looks just like him. Not really. But why does Archie look so much skinnier in real life? Anyway, so that's Archie's statue in the rotunda in front of the stadium. Love it. He got his statue in the Rose Bowl last week or the week before, something like that. So that is that's the new statue. But that was kind of a precursor to talking about the Heisman winners. Archie Griffin, obviously two-timer. Eddie George, Troy Smith, those guys. And you can talk about the legendary players from each decade, the 80s. Spielman was my guy. And he went on to be, to show that he's even more of a great football player, a better guy, a better man than football player. Who else? In the 90s, you got the receivers. That's when Galloway and Glenn really took off. Eddie George was in the 90s, 2000s. You got Troy, you got, Jenkins. So many running backs came through, defensive players that ended up in the NFL. I could sit here and talk about a million dudes for hours, but we can talk about those. You guys drop them in the chat, and we'll talk about them. But long term, my thoughts on the program and what Ohio State football means to me is toughness. It's always been a tough program. The hard coaching, almost militaristic style, starting with Woody, like I talked about, but the legacy and passing on to younger fans and your own kids, the Buckeye football, what it means, winning the right way, showing good sportsmanship. I think those remind me of Buckeye football. Not concocting a nationwide cheating scandal, sign stealing scandal. Again, not examples of good sportsmanship. I don't know who would do that, but something to pass on, and then the culture, around Buckeye football. You got the tailgating and game day scenes. It's off the charts. It's one of the best in the country. The experience of game days, tailgating, just the atmosphere around the stadium. These are all the rituals that we love. I've talked to a lot of people who have been to Ohio State games when I've lived in other places, and especially down here in Florida, that people that have gone up specifically, they're not Buckeye fans, but they've gone to Ohio State games. They're like, this was amazing. It was better than Florida. It was better than Miami. It was better than Florida State. Hands down, best experience. So those things mean a lot, the tailgating and game day atmosphere. And the community, the identity. I mean, I identify as a Buckeye fan first and foremost. I wear it on my chest every day when I leave the house. It's on my car. It's on hats on my head. You name it. Ohio State football isn't just a sport. It's not just something for me, it's not something I turn on 12 Saturdays out of the year. It is part of me, and I feel a sense of community, especially with you guys watching and listening, sharing the highs and lows together, And yeah, we bang on coaches. We might bang on some players here and there when they screw up, but it's this Buckeye football creates this conversation, and the team success. When we win games, it's a point of pride for everybody. from the state of Ohio, you know, whether you're a Buckeye fan living down here in Florida like me, or if you're, somebody living in Southern Ohio or Northwest Ohio in the 419. It's a point of pride every week. You go into work that Monday morning and you're wearing your Buckeye shit. You're like, hell yeah, another dub, rack it up, So the pride is another big word that sticks out to me when I think of Buckeye football. I'm proud to be a Buckeye fan. I promised I wasn't going to get misty. But yeah, then lastly, you got the rivalry game with the Cheaters. It's the peak of the season. It's perfect, belonging right at the end of the season. I would never want that to change. Regardless of record, that is the peak of your season as a player, as a fan, coach, doesn't matter. And it creates, bragging rights for another 365, this time next year. We'll still be talking shit. So, and the emotional investment, especially in that game, it's like playing for a championship. I would say if you're on Twitter or social media a lot, it's bragging rights. Again, you can keep throwing that score back in their face nonstop. So, those are the big things: pride, toughness, success. We don't as a program, Ohio State football does not experience down times. Like, we don't go through 4 loss seasons. It's been a long time. And I don't count 2011 with Luke Fickell and his hands tied behind his back without, six guys, 5-6 starters. So that doesn't count to me. That's bullshit. But anyway, toughness, success, and elevating the program. Like, you see these coaches, each coach, when they leave it in better shape, just in different ways, not identical ways. Like, I know Cooper didn't beat Michigan enough, but he started the national recruiting for Ohio State, going into out west. He coached at Arizona State. He was going out west recruiting, down to Florida in the South, where he coached in the South. He made the Buckeyes a national recruiting power. And then Tressel obviously picked up, he put a fence around Ohio, kept the good guys in, but he also continued that national recruiting, especially in Florida and stuff like that. So anyways, those are the things that really stand out to me. The sense of community is important too. The pride, again, toughness, and just continued greatness that I don't think any other program in the country can identify with. Not Alabama. They had their down times, the 80s and 90s, early 2000s till Saban got there. Same for Auburn, fly-by-night programs like that. Texas, they've been down for quite a bit, USC, they've been down for a while since Pete Carroll left. That's been a while. So I think you can say that about any big program, but we have not had that huge, downturn or years of incompetence, 4 or 5 losses and shit. So, all right, let's get in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. That was enough me rambling on. Let's turn Archie off here. Okay. So let's get to the comments here. All right, let's start up. PC is the first one in. What's up, PC? Good to see you. Glad you're back with us. I need some water after that. Gasoline. PC says first, let's go Bucks. Let's go Buckeyes. Hold on to your hats, boys. All right. PC is expecting big things. I love it. Next up, the Tippity Top. I like it. Nice username. Okay. OHIOTU, Tippity. Odysseus says OH and a bunch of nuts. IOTU too, Odysseus. Matthew, what's up, Matthew from the 419? Matthew says, it means the world to me, Joe. Hope all is well, brother, and all Buckeye family. Same to you, Matthew. I know you're not living in the 419, but stay safe over there when you got to go over to Indiana, man. Stay strapped, dog. PC says, IO. Yes, right. Matthew says, IO. Matthew says, it's the rivalry game. Yes, I want Natty or bust yearly, but I'll lose all games September. Team up north, be happy. Except, to the team up north. That's right. I understand. I'll take a lot of losses before I'll take that one for sure. I can relate. Forget about the trophies at the end of the year. Just give me a dub over the cheaters. Now more than ever, right? I mean, from what they did, who cares about the penalties? I'm over the penalties, but I want to beat that ass. I'm just checking on. We're live on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Facebook is coming, so I'll let you know when we're live on Facebook. You can share that with your friends. I appreciate it. Odysseus says, down goes Dorsey, Buckeyes national champs. Yep, that was classic. 2002. Seagrant got it in there. That's one of my favorite Buckeyes. He didn't get enough love, in my opinion. But, yeah, that was great. Perfect end to a perfect game. Defense owned those Canes. One of the greatest. You got to say the Canes were one of the greatest teams of all time, right? How many NFL players were on that freaking team? Forget about the Buckeyes. There were a ton of Buckeyes that ended up in the NFL, sure, but that team was supposed to be indestructible. 2001. What would they win, like 36 games in a row, 30-something, over, 2000 to 2002? Jeez. Man, that team was loaded. And with good NFL players, not just scrubs that played for a year or two. Good NFL players. Let's see. Kevin says, I love the fact that I'm fortunate to have a top-tier blue blood in my hometown of Columbus. That's a good perspective right there, Kevin. That's right. Be thankful. Be thankful that you don't live in, Gainesville or Tallahassee, Miami, or any of these southern shit towns, that have a big football program, because when they're not winning, it is ugly. But yeah, good point, Kevin. I love it. Great comment. I'm going to star that one. PC says, if you've never been around campus the night before a Cheaters Up North game and you're a Buckeye fan, you're missing out. That's a great point. That is missing out for sure. Yep. I was at Heinegate in 06, 1 versus 2 for that one. That was nuts. Remember that game? That was Bo Schembechler died the night before, remember? They had the moment of silence and everything before the game. And I'm pretty sure that game started at like 3:30. That was one of those weird, remember a couple of years in the 2000s, they took the game off of noon for some reason, probably TV networks, and their bullshit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, I want to say that was a 3:30 game, because I remember when we left Heinegate after the game and party and everything, it was dark, like dark. And it wasn't raining or anything. So I'm pretty sure that was a 3:30 game. But great point, PC. The night before a Team Up North game is awesome. Everybody's out, everybody's happy, It's one of those, it's like Christmas, Everybody has a smile on their face. They're pumped, talking about the game, getting wasted, doing shots, picking up chicks, it's things we do. Kevin, I'm a man, I'm 40. Love it. That reminds me of our guy, the mullet over there in Oklahoma State. He likes to pop off now. He acts like he's done something in college football. Yeah, he kind of built a program up, kinda. I wouldn't say they're great, good, mediocre. He's just been there a long time. That's all I can say for him. But anyway, he's always got something to say. But that's an awesome one, Kevin. Great poll. The tippity top says the one-on-one block O drill always gets me pumped. Oh yeah, that's right. One-on-one on senior tackle. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Or are you talking about the in the center of the field, winner loser? That one's pretty good. That Urban Meyer started. Yeah, that one will get you pumped up. PC says, one night I bounced around from party to party and was welcomed in with open arms simply because I had an F the Cheaters Up North shirt on. That'll do it. Yep. I'm going to star that one. That's a favorite. Good one, PC. Yeah. I mean, anywhere around Columbus, you might get free drinks with a shirt like that, actually. For sure. PC coming in says, plus I saw a Smash Mouth free concert in the Cooker parking lot that night. We won the next day. It was glorious. Smash Mouth. Nice. Hey, glad you enjoyed it. PC. That's good shit. Where's the Cooker parking lot? I don't know where that is. I don't know the parking lot names around there. I didn't go to school there. Odysseus says Script Ohio for traditions. That's solid. I don't know if anybody does it better across the country. I don't know if anybody has a better band. Obviously, it's the best damn band in the land for a reason, but also just the quality of the show they put on, the effort, everything, and they never take a day off. Like they're never like just mailing it in. Every halftime is different, and what better pregame is there than Script Ohio and dotting the I, please. Man, it's awesome. The tippity top says when the Bucks demolished Wisconsin, Gus kept calling them the bloodthirsty Buckeyes. Yeah. The announcers do help drum up some of that emotion. They add some flavor to it for us. So yeah, I could see that. Maserati Marv, shit like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I didn't really think about some of the external personalities that help kind of give us a little shape, to Buckeye football. It's good. PC says Script Ohio is classic, man. The band really is the best. Exactly. I mean, where else would you be in your seats 30 minutes before kickoff? Nowhere. Florida State to watch the Indian throw a flaming spear into the ground. I don't know. That takes like 2 seconds. Then you're done. Then what? Then what do you do? Roast marshmallows on the fucking spear? What do you do? I mean, seriously. But yeah, I agree, PC. I think Script Ohio is probably it. PC says, in high school, I went to the Skull Session a couple times at St. John's. That was really awesome, too. Yeah, that's one of those that not everybody has experienced because they haven't gone to it or gone in there early. Especially before the big games, it's usually, full and stacked, so you can't even get in sometimes. But, yeah, that's one thing I would love to experience once. That's one of the few things I haven't experienced around the stadium, Skull Session. It gets a little loud, but I'll just wear some earplugs or some shit. PC bringing it in. He says Archie's statue is long overdue. That's Ross Bjork right there. Just wait for the new whack. Great point, PC. Yeah, Ross is moving and shaking, getting business deals done. I do wonder. This does not bother me, but I do wonder if in the future when we're going to see other sports get trimmed back, like as far as budgets, not football, not basketball, but other sports. Pistol, rowing, other sports. You're going to see some cutbacks, I think, because of Ross knows where his bread is buttered, and he's more willing to accept some of the new changes in college football that maybe Gene wasn't really on board with. Remember at one time Gene had a problem with paying assistants over $1 million. I know times change, inflation, all that shit, but now everybody makes over $1 million on the staff practically, except Keenan Bailey maybe. But anyway, so yeah, I agree. PC Archie's statue is long overdue. We don't have a lot of football related statues on the freaking campus. That does bother me a bit. Can we get some of these Heisman winners? Get a statue for them? I mean, come on. Some of the guys, Rex Kern, anybody that helped build this program. Their names are inside the freaking stadium in the Heisman Trophy winners ring there. But I agree, PC. Odysseus says the Heisman GOAT. Yes, he is. Archie is. PC says, anyone else on the LaCharles Bentley bandwagon with me? The dude needs to be hired yesterday. O-line coach, I assume. I guess. Right now he's just training kids, and professionals. So I don't know if he wants to get into the college coaching side and recruiting. That's our main gripe with Justin Fry, right? The recruiting. So is LaCharles Bentley willing to do that? Does he want to get on a plane 4 days a week? Maybe go to 2 or 3 cities a day. I don't know. He's made a lot of money in the NFL. He might not. What's your why? Not every former Buckeye is a James Laurinaitis, a great player in college, great player in the NFL, and felt a calling to come back to Ohio State and lead young men, have an influence on young men. Not every former Buckeye has that in them, or they just plain, are happy with moving on with their lives and doing other things. So I definitely entertain Bentley. I definitely would poke around and ask him, but yeah. Kang remembered in time says, congratulations to Archie Griffin, the great, well deserved. Excellent point, Kang. I agree. Kevin says, my uncle held all the rushing records in Eastmoor Academy High School until Archie came a little later and broke them all. Well, hey, man, if you're going to have your uncle's records broken, at least it was by a hell of a football player and a hell of a guy. He's been more of an ambassador for Ohio State than anybody. Anytime they need him to do something, he's there. He does all the media obligations that they ask, everything, If they want to, break ground on a new building, let's bring in Arch. He's there. The dude does everything he can for the university and a great stand-up dude. So, yeah. Sorry about your uncle's records, though, Kevin. Hate My Friend says, yo, happy season opener eve. Who's jacked? I am jacked. That's why I wanted to do this kind of what Ohio State football means to me show to kind of get me and you guys thinking about how great Ohio State football is, how lucky we are. Sometimes you got to take a breath and be thankful for everything, that Buckeye football brings us, the community, the traditions, all the stuff, So, yeah, I'm jacked. Hate my friend. Hate me, my friend. Hate me, my friend says, yes, after listening to Bentley on the Scoop the other night, I'm 100% buying what he's selling. Okay. I'll have to check that out. I did not listen to it. Hate me, my friend says Winslow was a dog. Oh, yeah. Didn't he get arrested for some fishy, like garbagey stuff? Pretty sure he was arrested. It's like pulling out his weenie in Target parking lots and showing it to women. Fucking goofball. Anyway, he's a soldier, though. Self-proclaimed, not actually a soldier. Screw him. He was good. Good football player, terrible person. PC says the cooker is long gone now. It was right next to Conrad's on Lane Avenue. It's now a Panera Bread. It's all different now. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. You tell me where it is in relationship to Conrad's or Heinegate, any of the old stomping grounds. Now I got you. Thank you, PC. Odysseus says, we have way better traditions than the cheaters with their stupid blue banner. Yeah, what kind of tradition is that? It's like something they just pulled out of their ass one Saturday. They're like, hey, let's have the players run under this. And then they just kept doing it. It's like, what does this mean? I don't even know. So, yeah, I agree, Odysseus. Garbage. Flimsy ass cheater fans. Like Chris Carter said, what the hell is that? Like Chris Spielman said in the rivalry documentary on HBO from years ago, where would Michigan football be without the state of Ohio? Microphone drop. That's it. Case closed. Nick says Michigan sucks. I think I'll star that one. That's a favorite of mine. Very good. I agree. I think everybody here agrees. PC says, hey, Odie, don't forget about Mr. Brightside, LOL, losers. Yeah, that's another one. You just take a song. Yeah. I used to like that song, too. Too bad. Well. Hate me, my friend. Kellen Winslow. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, from 02. Did he have a big game? I don't recall him having a big game. I know he had a touchdown, one or two. But I think Doss and Donnie Nicky locked him up for the most part. PC says, Joe, yes, we are lucky and we need to appreciate every single snap this season. Give me a percentage chance that we win the Natty. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. All right, PC. Percentage chance we win the Natty. Well, right now, according to Vegas, we have the second highest odds, and it's really freaking close. Georgia's like first. I can give you the exact ones. Oh, shit. Hold on. Georgia is football championship plus 300. So you get 3-1 on Georgia. We are plus 400. I feel I'm probably going to regret saying this out loud, but I think percentage chance we win the national championship 75%. I don't know what that means though. 75 out of 100. So if we played this season out 100 times, we would win the title 75 times. How's that sound? Boom. If that makes any sense. Hate me, my friend. Kellen Winslow. Yep. Miami 2002. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's a fruitcake, though. Yeah, you might want to do a Google search on him. Be careful what comes up, though. PC says, wide receivers, Miles or Bell? Which one are you taking? Can only take one. That's a tough one. I like both of them, honestly. I think I'll take Bell. He's the bigger one, right? Pretty sure he's bigger. But He's produced every year of his high school career. He caught 70 balls as a sophomore, I think. Moved to Mission Viejo, caught like 50 some balls. So yeah, I'll take him. I'll take Philip Bell. I know that Miles kid had a big game week 1, but let's see if he can do it in an entire season. I know he plays good competition out there at Corner Canyon, but yeah, I'm going to go Bell. Why not? PC says I'm at 80%. Okay, trying to outdo me, huh? You trying to prices right me, PC? He got me. That's fine. That's fine. I feel pretty confident too. But playing 4 top 12, at least 3 to 4 top 12 ranked teams in the country in the playoffs to win it 3 games in a row, that's a bitch. That is a real bitch. We play 3 top 20 teams over the season, over 12 games. To compress that down after your 12 games and maybe a conference championship, to compress down at least 3 top 12 teams into the playoffs, whew, that's tough, man. That's freaking tough. But you better be deep and you better be talented and deep. You know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but hey, I think we got the horses. We got the depth. We got the experience on the starting line, and at every position we got starters that are experienced. You know, just about every position. So I think that's key. When you're going into a deep, long season, you got to have experience. You cannot win a national championship on sophomores, you know, and juniors nowadays. You got to have experience at the key positions, like quarterback, for example, you know, defense. You got to have grown-ass men in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, shit like that. So, yeah. Odysseus says, Dan Fouts, Grant, Godson, talk about biased commentary for that title game. Yeah. Yeah. I never liked Dan Fouts. I mean, he knew what he was talking about. Yeah. But he was always a dick, in my opinion, especially those Ohio State games. Yeah. He was so one-sided, man. Screw Dan Fouts. I'm out on him. PC says, or 76%. Yeah. Very good, PC. Oh, we got some people watching on the Twitter. Hey, drop your comments in here on if you're on Twitter. I'll try and read them if I can find them. One moment. Let me see if I can pull those up. Yeah, we got some people watching. Please leave some comments. Same on Instagram. Let's see. PC says those last 4 games or so, including postseason, are going to be brutal. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's survive and advance, you know. Through the regular season, you know, it's like the NFL. You can absorb a loss or 2 at the most, you know, but you cannot absorb 3 losses or more. And then in the playoffs, you got to survive and advance. You know, it's just like the basketball tournament, you know. You got to put all your eggs into every game. You got to go balls to the wall, all out for every game in those playoffs, man. It's win or go home. Yeah, it's going to be brutal. But yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. But the thing is, like Ryan Day, he's been trying to put things in perspective in his media availability recently. He's telling the players, you only got 12 of these, right? So enjoy them. You're only guaranteed 12 games this year. That's it. You're guaranteed 12. So enjoy them. And then what comes after that, we'll see. But I think that us fans probably got to take some of that advice as well. So I agree, PC. We have 33 Pete Johnson watching on Instagram Live. Is that the Pete Johnson? Buckeye legend? So yeah, what else do you guys want to talk about? I'm up for anything. We got about 15 more minutes here. Questions, comments. You can watch me check my email. French Moroccan restaurant coming to St. Pete. Oh, great. Fantastic. We will be back Sunday night. Me, Jeff, and Sean, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I know it's a holiday weekend, but we'll be here. What else do you have to do? You know, give you some reaction to the game, get you ready for next week. I don't even know. Is next week directional Michigan school, I think? Yeah. Western Michigan. Yeah. Ooh, not the Western. Ooh. I wish we would play Central Michigan so Ryan Day could choke the shit out of Jim McElwain, their coach, for letting Stallions on the sideline and then acting like nothing happened. Where's that investigation, Coach? PC says Akron's going to get paid $2 million to get their butts kicked. I say we oblige them, get our money's worth. Exactly. Yep. That's why these MAC schools. This is how they fund their entire athletic department. So, yeah, if the players don't like it, take it up with your AD. They're the ones that sign the contract. So he's putting your asses on the line. He's cashing a check for you, so you can go out there and get railroaded by the Buckeyes. But yeah, I agree, PC. Let's take them up on their offer. That's right, Odysseus. No mercy. Payback on Moorhead. Former OC at Oregon when they came in and beat us in the shoe in 2021. Joe Moorhead was the OC there at Oregon. Also was the OC at Penn State. PC says, did you guys already give your score predictions? Yeah, we did. I can pull those up for you right quick. We did our preseason score predictions a couple weeks ago where we went through every single game. I have, for the Akron game, 47-0. Jeff had 48-0. Again, getting prices righted. And then Sean has 56-0. So for this specific game, I have our microscopes who we're watching. I have Quinshawn Judkins, and Sonny Styles, offense and defense. Sean has Will Howard and Jack Sawyer. And Jeff has Jeremiah Smith and Sonny Styles. So we kind of duplicated there. But, yeah, so those are the score predictions and the microscopes for this week's game. PC has 63-6, so you got to cover. All right. I was going to check what the over-under was real quick here. I'm gonna take the first quarter over, or first quarter, taking the Buckeyes, whatever the spread is. Bet Online is not loaded it yet. So the team total, or the over-under for the entire game is 57. First half over-under is 34.5. I'm waiting for the first quarter. Usually it's I think it's 13.5, something like that. So I'll be taking the Buckeyes on that spread. Odysseus has 63-0 shutout. Yeah. You might have missed it, PC, but I predicted 4 shutouts before the season in 12 games. So, yeah, I know it's a little aggressive, but it's a hot take. I got to bring the hot takes, right? Hot cakes. I'll eat some hot cakes too. You know me. So, yes, got some other big games here. I will be releasing the Best Bets show tonight at midnight Eastern. So, West Coast folks, you get that at 9 p.m. And I wanted to give people more time to put their bets in if they were going to use my predictions, my bets. So check those out. I went through Clemson and Georgia. That's in Atlanta. I took the first half there. I'm not going to tell you who. Penn State versus West Virginia. Took that game. Miami at Florida. So the Canes going up to Gainesville, take on the Gators in the swamp. Obviously, I put in a bet for the Akron-Ohio State game on the first half. I'm going to do the first quarter when they release that. Notre Dame and A&M. I got Notre Dame money line. I'll give you a freebie there. I got Notre Dame winning that game outright. Right now, they're 3-point dogs going into College Station, so you might want to look into that. I think that's going to – I would consider taking the under as well. Notre Dame's got a good defense, as always, under Marcus Freeman, so you may want to consider the under there. I went in on the Fresno State at the Cheaters game. Check that out. And then LSU versus USC on Sunday. Check that one out. I got a couple bets on that one. But the best bet show is coming out tonight. So, yeah, PC says 4 shutouts is a little ambitious, but I love it. You know me, I'm nothing but ambitious, PC, as always. Very ambitious. Not getting any comments over here on Twitter. I need to do a better job of marketing that on the other platforms. So we'll get on that. It's time. There is no time. But yeah, hopefully you guys will join us Sunday night. Me, Jeff, and Sean, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. This is going to be an interesting one. I'll tell you what I'm really paying attention to. I brought it up on today's 5 keys to a Buckeye victory, which, I know, just one key, just show up on time. But things I'm paying attention to are who goes in after the starters come out, right? Who are those second stringers? Because some of the depth has not been nailed down along the offensive line, for example. Safety, I want to know who's coming in after Caleb Downs and Latham Ransom come out. Linebackers, who's the next man in at both linebacker positions, So there's a lot that's still up for grabs as far as the depth chart goes across the board for the Buckeyes, I got something funny I want to show you guys. Check this out. PC says, I agree. I really want to see a bunch of rotation all over the place. Yeah, you have to. It's going to be warm. It's going to be like in the 80s. So guys are going to be, you don't want guys tearing hamstrings, pulling muscles, staying hydrated, all that. But check this out. I was going to lead off the show with this, but I didn't. So this is one of the first books I got when I was a kid. Read that. Straight Arrow. Perfect name for a book about who? Nothing but Buckeye legend Art Schlichter. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but I was on a roll, and he's kind of a downer, kind of a dick, taking people's money and shit, gambling. So that was the first Ohio State book I ever got. I was it came out in 81, so I was like 9 years old. So it was kind of a kid's easy to read book. It's only like 100 pages, maybe less. But yeah, that was my first Ohio State book. Then I started going to the library. That was a library. Oh, they got Ohio State books? Hell yeah, sign me up, Mom. Drop me off at the library every freaking day in summer. So yeah, but I had to share this one with you because Straight Arrow is so ironic. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. PC says, We have to get the new guys ready for next year because the seniors are going to be out. Exactly. And you're going to need some of these guys to step up this year. You know, a starter gets injured, injuries happen. It's going to happen. We were lucky all of last year to really not have an injury along the offensive line. But that's rare. That's rare to not lose an O lineman for multiple games. Yeah, but great point, PC. PC says, straight arrow. That's funny. Exactly. I had to show you guys that. Art freaking Schleister. It's another one of those, every program has the good guys and the bad guys. It's a up and down kind of thing. So obviously one of the bad guys. But he was so freaking good. How do you go from being such a great college football player? I guess you could say that about a lot of other college football players. Lawrence Phillips, remember him at Nebraska? Freaking stud. Then went to jail like constantly, doing bad shit. Threatening to kill people, hitting people with his car, all kinds of stupid shit. That guy's a moron. Kevin Chavis says, LOL. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah. PC says, was he a douchebag in college or just after? I don't know. He might have been gambling in college, but whose money was he using, Who knows? I never heard about any stories of him doing stupid shit in college, but it's back then, there was no internet, no cell phones. So he could have been a dirtball then too, in the late 70s, early 80s. So, yeah. Too bad. But anyway, we're kind of winding down here. Hope you guys will join us. And hey, don't forget to check out the BuckeyeCast.com. Get yourself something for the season. Get a shirt or a hat to celebrate the new year. And hit like and subscribe on the video, please and thank you. Every little comment, every subscription, it's all free, first of all, and it helps other Buckeye fans find us. So that's the most important thing, right? So we're keep building this platform. You can see we've upgraded the platform. We're in HD 1080p right now. So we're going to keep getting better. Just got a new camera yesterday, installed it myself. So hopefully everything's coming through crystal clear. And yeah, we're going to keep getting better every day. So hope you will share the show with a friend or family member. Turn them on to the Buckeye Cast. I would appreciate that. And yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here, go pour a drink. And looks like we got some rain coming maybe. So I'm going to get outside and get some fresh air before we get pissed on. So hope you guys enjoy the game tomorrow. I will be back Sunday with my Daily Blitz instant reaction show. And Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Sean, of course, will be back. So that's all I got for you. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.